Hi, this is Sam Beaupatrick, the Health Queen, reporting today from SeaWorld, and I'm actually going to talk to you about stress and how as parents we can better manage our stress. There's a direct paradigm between our stress levels and our children's behaviour, and I don't know if you've noticed that before, but certainly the more stress we get, their behaviour escalates, and ironically enough it's usually their escalating behaviour that leads to our rise in stress. So if we can learn to bring it down in all sorts of situations, we'll have much better control over their behaviour and certainly how we feel and the quality of our lives. So I do want to talk about what happens physically in our bodies, why we suffer with stress or why we feel stress, and 3 ways to vent it or get it out of our bodies that are natural and will make a massive difference. Okay, so the first thing, if you imagine for a minute going to cross the highway and I come up behind you and blindfold you, I want you just to feel the symptoms or feel how, just kind of tap into that. What you'll notice at that point in time is your heart will be going boom, boom, boom. You'll have those stress responses that I'm talking about. Your blood pressure's going to go up, you're on alert, you're highly aroused, and you're probably freaking out a little bit. So there's a heightened emotional state as well. Now that's a normal stress response. That's the normal innate fright or flight response that we experience as humans, and it does get us ready for a situation that's potentially harmful to us. Interestingly, we can elicit that response through emotions, through situations, through, such as SeaWorld, through seeing certain people, through work. Lots of things will bring on that stress response, and certainly another area which I'm not going to talk too much about today, but certain foods can also generate a stress response in our body. Now what happens is we secrete a couple of hormones. The main ones that you'll notice with the increased heart rate, increased blood pressure and arousal are 2 hormones called adrenaline and noradrenaline. Just like if you jump out of a plane, if you go on a roller coaster, you get that massive surge of kaboom, 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 and that's adrenaline and noradrenaline working in your body. The third hormone that we release as well is called cortisol. Now cortisol is an interesting little thing. It's released in response to stress and it zips around the body and gets everything ready for trauma. It also pushes our cholesterol up because cholesterol is the first step in making new cells, and that's what our body assumes is going to happen when we're in a stress state. So if you suffer with high cholesterol, you may or you definitely need to address your stress state and what you're stressing to. Alright, so those are the hormones that cause the stress state. 3 things that can help bring it down, or you need to become aware of, are 3 things that make you happy where you can go and just zone out. Now, actually, what I should say is just reframe stress. I used to, just as an example, so the first thing is reframing it. I used to come to SeaWorld and at times I found it really stressful. I was trying to continually monitor the children, worried about what other parents would think. I was probably quite tired when I was coming here. Similar to any theme park or even the park just with a swing. Now what I do is I've reframed it in my head, so instead of seeing those situations as hotspots, I now see them as stress-free zones. Just by saying that to myself, this is a stress-free zone, means that in those areas, theme parks, playgrounds, whatever, I don't take stress there. And I also have given myself permission that regardless of what happens, I will not get stressed. It's made a huge difference. The second tip that I'll give you about managing stress is to exercise, and exercise regularly. If you've got the option to walk somewhere, walk. If you need some milk and the milk bar's nearby and you've got a partner, then rather than jumping in the car and going there, take that opportunity to walk and grab the milk. These little snippets of incidental exercise make a massive difference to our stress levels and how we deal with stress. And the third thing I'd say regarding stress is be really aware of it and be aware of when you're feeling angry or angst or stressed in your body. Some of the cue signs, other than just having a heart boom-booming along, you start clenching your teeth or you start yelling at the kids or lots of things actually will, and you probably know those, you probably start saying to your partner, gee, I feel stressed. When you start getting those things, that's when you really need to ramp up the me time. That's when you need to start saying, look, I'm doing a lot for you guys, I'm actually going to take some time out for me. And if that means getting a babysitter in, getting the nanny in or calling on your friends, do so, because it's really important that you bring your stress levels down and you'll notice that the children's corresponding behaviour will also calm down. So you're doing not just yourself a favour, but you're doing the whole family a favour. Anyway, if you'd like more tips on this, I did do a webinar and it's got a workbook in it because I have found over the years that stress is quite addictive. That's on the healthqueen.com.au shop. You'll find it there and you can download that and start ploughing away through that stress because life is so much more fun without it. Thanks, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye.